This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. Tonight, people who live in Delaware County are concerned about a new steel dust recycling plant that will open in Muncie. They're worried about what the place could mean for their health, air pollution, and contaminants.
RTV6's Stephanie Wade is working for you tonight in Muncie, taking those concerns to the city and the company.
This is dangerous. We don't want this in our community. We don't want this for our children, and they have the power to stop this.
What J.C. Clark wants stopped is the construction of a new steel dust recycling plant in Muncie. The proposed plant will be located at the former Borg Warner site along Kilgore Avenue. City Council just approved it to be built, but now the Indiana Department of Environmental Management has to approve the permit. Clark, like others in the community, have concerns about the new Wales Sustainable Products facility releasing pollution and mercury emissions into the air. The plant will use 2 natural gas-fired kilns to produce zinc oxide from steel dust generated at steel mills. Zinc can be used for a variety of things like tire, rubber, ceramics, and motor oil.
What I'm most concerned about are the heavy metals. This facility, if built, would be one of the top polluters in the U.S. for mercury and lead. And both the mercury and lead are toxic to the nervous system, especially for children.
Wales Sustainable Products declined an on-camera interview, but say they will operate in compliance with environmental laws and in accordance with air regulations. The Muncie Redevelopment Commission says the facility will add 90 new jobs to the city, and they have no reason to believe it will negatively impact the public's health.
If we find that IDEM comes back and says that this is not healthy for the community, then we are not going to issue or fund any bonds, and they're not going to get their permit.
Now, people are planning on coming to Muncie City Hall tonight to voice their concerns during the City Council meeting. That begins at 7:30. We will let you know with what comes out of that meeting. Working for you tonight in Muncie, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And if you have any kind of safety concern and need help getting answers, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
It is something we have not seen in quite some time. Thunderstorms developing over part of central Indiana. As you can see right now on the RTV6 radar, I'm with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. Kevin, where are those storms now, and will we have more chances through the week?
And so, yes, and just to our east and southeast. So today's a little frustrating. Not everybody's seeing the showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow will be our best bet for widespread thunderstorms. Almost made it to 90 today, 89 the high. It's been 15 days since temperatures have reached 90 degrees. Biggest change today. You feel that humidity, and that humidity has been converted into some thunderstorms. Heavy rainfall between Franklin and Shelbyville. These are non-severe, dropping to the south and fairly slowly. You can see in northern Shelby County and then just southwest of Greenfield some showers. We had one just pop up at 31 and just south of 465. All that rain will drop into the Greenwood area. We'll continue with these hit and miss through the evening hours. Fountain City over to Richmond, pockets of heavy rainfall there. A larger view for you. As I mentioned, most of us will not see rain this evening. These will fade away as the temperature cools during the evening hours. Columbus made it to 90 degrees, but you've got thunderstorms to your north, 89 in Lafayette and 88 in Peru. These isolated thunderstorms continue through sunset. Temperatures will stay warm all night. We'll talk about our thunderstorm chances for tomorrow and beyond coming up.
New developments now. More people now confirmed dead after 2 mass shootings over the weekend in El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio. Investigators say 2 more people have died in El Paso. That brings the total number of people killed there to 22. 9 people were killed in the shooting in Dayton. ABC's Romina Puga is in El Paso with the new information coming in at this hour.
Today, 2 cities in mourning and communities craving change. At an overnight vigil in Dayton, mourners demanding action from the state's government. In El Paso, even medical professionals visibly moved as they report that 2 of the injured victims passed away.
Unfortunately, these wounds have been devastating and major.
78-year-old Juan Velasquez is one of the recently deceased. His son telling ABC News he's devastated, and like many in the Hispanic community, he's scared for his life.
We're afraid to go out to the street because we feel like we're being hunted. I mean, because our color, our skin color.
It all started Saturday morning when 21-year-old Patrick Crucius opened fire in a packed Walmart, killing at least 22 and injuring dozens. Authorities suspect that El Paso's ethnic makeup and proximity to the Mexican border may have played a role in the shooter's choice of location. He's now charged with capital murder, but federal authorities say more charges could be coming, including domestic terrorism. The shooter in Dayton began his killing spree early Sunday morning. 24-year-old Connor Betts opened fire in the downtown district, killing 9 people, including his sister, and injuring more than 30. Officials still searching for a motive.
We have a lot of evidence still to go through.
The president addressing the nation today, condemning white nationalism.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. Hate has no place in America.
The FBI is concerned with copycat extremists and is asking the public to report any suspicious activity, whether online or in person. In El Paso, Romina Puga, ABC News.
Governor Holcomb is directing flags across the state to be flown at half-staff to honor the victims of the tragedies in Texas and Ohio. Flags should be flown at half-staff from now until sunset on Thursday, August 8th.
Working for you, we asked IMPD if they're making any changes to patrolling the bar district downtown in light of the mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio. IMPD told us they already have extra officers in the bar district downtown, which is from South Street to Georgia Street along Meridian Street. Metro Police say those officers were put in place to prevent any type of disturbances from happening rather than in response to anything happening. And deadly gun violence in Indianapolis today. Metro Police are searching for the person or people who shot 2 people at a busy West Side intersection this afternoon. Both victims have died. IMPD says the shooting happened near the intersection of North Tibbs Avenue and Lafayette Road around 3 p.m. Investigators say they found both a man and a woman shot inside of a vehicle. Emergency crews rushed both of them to a local hospital where they died. Again, police are looking for the shooter. And call Crime Stoppers with any info. That number is 317-262-TIPS.
A pet owner appears in court today to face accusations she left her dog outside in the heat. That dog, named Flash, died. Now his owner is learning her fate today. Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny broke this story last month and now has the latest developments from court. And just a warning here, the images you're about to see could be disturbing.
The dog's owner appeared in this ordinance violation court this morning to face care and treatment violations.
Jim Honeycutt says the pit bull mix Flash was chained up at his neighbor's house in the hot sun, and despite numerous calls to the city for help, Flash died on June 27th at his owner Melinda Ryan's West Side home. Animal Care Services investigation found Flash's owner adopted him from the city's own shelter back in October. The city cited Ryan with 3 care and treatment violations. We knocked on her door and left our card, but she never responded, so we met up with her in court.
I'm Kara Kenny with WRTV Channel 6. We'd just like to talk to you about what happened with Flash. Why did you leave him outside? Can you talk to us?
Thank you.
We're in a public area. We just want to get your side of the story. Can you tell us what happened?
No, we've been said, nothing's going to be said. You guys can go on.
Melinda Ryan reached an agreement admitting to the violations. She has to pay a $100 civil penalty plus $135 court costs for a total of $235. Ryan can still keep her other dogs. She can have 2 dogs as long as they're spayed, neutered, and microchipped. Neighbor Jim Honeycutt says at least they know what happens when they don't take care of an animal properly. Lesson learned the hard way, unfortunately. Ryan did not face jail time because she has not been criminally charged, only with ordinance violations, which carry a much lighter penalty. Working for you in Indianapolis, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
We reached out to Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside, who told us the city's penalties for the first care and treatment violation are too lenient, with the minimum fine of only $25 per violation. They say, quote, a fine that low is meaningless and implies the dog's suffering and death has little value. The minimum fine for a first violation should be raised significantly to at least $200. This is especially important in these kinds of extreme cases where a dog was tethered outside in extreme heat with no shade or water, suffered for hours, and then died, end quote. We are talking to a city council person tomorrow about this.
The Colts' first preseason game is fast approaching. The team takes the field on Thursday in Buffalo. RTV6's Brad Brown spent the day at Colts camp at Grand Park in Westfield.
Another beautiful day for Colts camp as we enter sort of the second half of everything up here in Westfield. And now all eyes are on this first preseason game, which comes up on Thursday at Buffalo. Of course, the big key in this will be the fact that Andrew Luck, many other guys, will be no action or limited action in this first preseason game. So it'll be a matter of working in a lot of the new faces on both sides of the ball for the Colts come Thursday night and this first preseason game. Offensively, one of the big additions has been to the wide receiver core. They have gotten faster. They've gotten more athletic and more depth out of it as well. So whomever is throwing footballs to these guys on Thursday night, they'll have a lot to look at in this first preseason contest.
Sometimes we see guys that we don't know if we're that high on, and then bam, they do something that's pretty incredible in that situation. So it's besides it being live, as far as live tackling, it's really very similar to how we're evaluating every single day out at practice.
It's the same thing everywhere. You got to just stay in. I'm a vet. It's not like I'm a rookie, so I'm a vet. So you just got to stay in tune and make sure you do the little things right.
Coming up tonight on the news at 6, we'll look at the defensive side of the ball and how the Colts are trying to work their way into some of these new faces as well. Practice continues tomorrow here at Westfield at 2 p.m. In Grand Park, Brad Brown, RTV6 Sports.
Brad, thank you. An unforgettable day for Indianapolis 500 champion and IndyCar driver Simon Pagenaud. Today, he unveiled his face on the Borg-Warner Trophy in Paris. He's from France, so this marks the first time the winner's likeness has debuted outside of the United States. Pagenaud won the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500 back in May. Now his face will be immortalized on the Borg-Warner Trophy for future generations to see.
Still ahead on the Now Indy at 5:30. Getting your prescription will soon get easier, but it will cost you. The new service for CVS customers, how it works, and what you'll pay.
A car crashes into a horse-drawn buggy here in Indiana. The reason the driver says she didn't notice the buggy in time. Next on RTV6 News at 5.
And we're tracking multiple downpours. Here's just one, probably the heaviest, just along State Road 44 southwest of Shelbyville. We'll find others for this evening and talk about tomorrow's more widespread rain coming up.
930 champion today.
U.S. stocks posted their worst day of the year on Wall Street. The Dow fell 767 points after China devalued its currency in a sign of growing economic tensions with the United States. The Dow actually fell about 900 points earlier in the day, but rebounded a bit before the closing bell. Again, the Dow fell 767 points today. In Carroll County, several people are recovering from injuries after a car slammed into the back of a horse-drawn buggy. The Carroll County Sheriff says a woman was driving north on State Road 75 Sunday evening when she crashed into the back of the buggy. 8 people were in the buggy. The driver told deputies that she had leaned over to pick something up and didn't realize the buggy was in front of her until it was too late. Medics took all 8 passengers in the buggy to a Lafayette area hospital. Everyone is expected to be okay, and so will the horse. Deputies did not arrest the driver, but she is cited for multiple traffic offenses.
A 5-year-old girl is expected to recover after being pulled unconscious from a pool this weekend. This happened in Bartholomew County in the 7,000 block of West Paddock Lane around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Witnesses told police that several children were swimming in the pool when one of them, the 5-year-old girl, was found unconscious. A family member who is a registered nurse was able to pull the little girl from the pool and began CPR. The child had a slight pulse when emergency crews arrived, and she was taken to Columbus Regional Hospital. The Sheriff's Department says she should make a full recovery. And the Bartholomew County Sheriff says children should always be within hand's reach of an adult while swimming, and parents should not be talking on a phone, checking Facebook, or chatting with friends. All attention should be on the children in the water.
Hiring Hoosiers is an RTV6 initiative to connect you to job opportunities and continuing education. As IPS students return to school, we look at how to help your kids transition from the classroom to a career. We spoke with former Arsenal Tech student Ramses Carmago, who took advantage of the junior ROTC program at Arsenal Tech. It focuses on the Army way of life. They learn about military history, physical fitness, and leadership. Carmago says that this structure helped him learn more about responsibility that he now uses in the real world. He also was in the Automotive Technology Services program at Tech, which helped him land a job right out of school. This impressed his his boss since he could hop right into fixing cars. Here's what Carmago and his instructors say about the benefits of taking these types of classes.
No matter what job you go to, you wear some type of a uniform. So it's attention to detail, taking care of things. Those are the type of things we think that really translate into whatever you do in the civilian world.
From teaching them about tools, just mannerism, handshakes, just, general, employable status, not to mention, for life.
Right out of high school, some people don't know, I don't know what to do after. And then with these classes, you have like a general direction of where you want to go.
Well, Camargo adds that he gained multiple certifications in the auto program, which saved him hundreds of dollars after graduation. Arsenal Tech High School has about a dozen pathways, including automotive. Tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana, we will check out a program where your students can get paid and gain experience.
Working for you with an RTV6 recall alert. A popular trampoline has been recalled because of a potential danger. The United States Consumer Product and Safety Commission says it's for the Super Jumper 14-foot trampoline. It's also pulling the 14-foot and 16-foot combo trampolines that come with enclosures, but do not have reinforcement clamps. The agency says the Super Jumper trampoline manufacturer has received 97 reports of the legs breaking off, injuring at least 4 people. You should stop using these trampolines and contact Super Jumper for a repair kit.
Well, not only is this a big year for Channel 6 as we mark 70 years on the air, well, our good friend and colleague Kevin Gregory reaches a milestone in just a few days.
On Wednesday, Kevin will mark 30 years on the air here at Channel 6. Kevin, a Ben Davis High School grad and Purdue grad, started at Channel 6 on August 7th, 1989. He had 2 short stints in Lafayette and Champaign, Illinois, before landing the job here less than 2.5 years after graduating from Purdue. He started off on the early morning and noon shift. Former WRTV anchor Barbara Lewis recalls it all very clearly.
I remember his first day. And Howard was sitting next to me, and Kevin was doing the new news, and he was like perfect. I mean, he was perfect. He was like he is today, just absolutely calm, absolutely talented, funny, just fantastic. And Howard and I just kind of looked at each other with our mouths were open, and we were like, this is his first day. He's just starting out, and he's this good. And yeah, so that was Kevin. Kevin has always been the same, just a joy to be around.
Flawless from the start there,
How much
right?
did you pay her?
Yeah. So it was right in the studio. I mean, this studio hasn't changed in 30 years. There's actually 2 studios here, Studio A
and B,
down the hallway, which was the original studio when we were on in the 50s. But anyway, thanks to Barbara Lewis, and the greatest joy is everybody that I've worked with in 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Does it feel like it's been 30 years?
No, no way.
Time flies, right?
No, I mean, just ask yourself this at home. Do you feel like your age? So I'm 54, and you think, well, wait a minute. I don't feel a day over 35.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I'm sure you'd like some rain at your house. It's been ordered. It may not be delivered, though, until tomorrow. There are a few downpours to show you here in a second, but abnormally dry is the way we would describe this, north of Indianapolis through portions of Montgomery County, Boone, and Hamilton north. That's it so far. Of course, we had a lot of rain in the spring, and then it's just kind of been inconsistent now. Best chance for widespread thunderstorms tomorrow, and I would say in that 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. time period. Wednesday dry, and then low chances of rain as we get to Thursday and Friday. Okay, let's look at the radar. It's becoming less colorful. These are garden variety thunderstorms. They build up and then collapse. Once it starts to produce the heavy rain, then it's also starting to fade away. Right over Geist now, right here, northeast Marion County, a little downpour just inside 465 more toward Fort Bend and the northeast side. Then we've got rain south of Greenfield to Fairland and Shelbyville. This has lost strength, but the cooler air that flows out from this helps build the next downpour. So I think we'll see additional areas of rain. You had some rain just fizzle right over Richmond and then just to the north of Centerville. It's time to talk temperature and heat index, but notice there's not a huge range. 87 is the actual temperature in Indy. Feels like 89. Warmest spot right now, 90 in Columbus. Say hello to Pebbles. You gotta love Pebbles. She's in command of that chair, and it sounds like I just called her name.
And that little bandana, yeah, looking right at the camera.
Total attention. Well, an isolated shower or thunderstorm, and remember, any puddle goes up to her waist.
Pebbles in a puddle.
You got it. Watch that this evening. Temperatures will stay warmer all night long. We'll have humidity around, temperatures of around 70 degrees. That's what we wake up to. As we plan your day tomorrow, divide it in half. Morning hours dry. Clouds increase by noon. Thunderstorm chances increase in the afternoon, become more widespread, as we mentioned, and would continue into the evening hours till about 9 o'clock, especially south and east of Indy. Dry Wednesday. Chance for thunderstorms Thursday and Friday, but it is a lower chance. The weekend looks nice. Low to mid 80s, temperatures in the 60s. If we can get some rain for all of us, at least something here in the next 24 hours, that would be perfect.
That would be great. All right, thanks, Kevin, for that.
And we'll be right back after this break.
It's from 4:30 to 7.
Well, some of you may be tired of the heat outside and might be looking forward to the fall's cooler temperatures.
But there's another reason to look forward to autumn. Oreo is releasing a brand new limited edition flavor for the fall.
That flavor is maple cream. The new maple cream Oreos will actually be available by the end of August.
And these are golden Oreos on the outside, and inside is sweet maple syrup flavored cream.
All right.
That sounds delicious.
Something to look forward to, right?
I'm excited.
A new flavor there. Still ahead here on RTV6 and new at 6 for you, making the Westfield community and its students safer. The donation announced today by the Indianapolis Colts, and where kids will see the impact of that effort.
But first on the Now Indy, a truck loses control and slams into 2 homes full of people. The story of one man's near miss. And the brand new details surrounding that truck, its driver and passengers. You're watching RTV6.